What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fishing Control. Today we're heading out to the beach to try and get on some whiting. So stay tuned and let's see how it goes. All right, first rod going out. Literally going right here in this first trough. On a whiting rig with no beads, 2 little floats, in close in the first trough with just shrimp on it. This one's gonna get a little bit bigger rig with a heavier weight, but I might tie a fresh one real quick. Oh, that's a hit. Right here. Yeah. I do. And it's a little catfish. Hold on, don't let her get too close to this. It's got spines on it.
No thaw.
Okay, now it's safe. Be gone, trash! All right, putting this line back out right in the first trough. Hoping to get something besides a catfish from right in there. I know whiting and drum like to hang out right in there sometimes. The tide's still coming in a little bit more before it turns around. Very likely. It might be already starting to push out, but hopefully there's something besides a catfish in there. And we can have more than just shrimp for dinner tonight. This rod, it's getting hit again, is right here inside this first cut. If that's a catfish again, we might have to move. Hey, that's a good whiting. Dinner, heck yeah.
She is so excited.
She made the jump for it. Let me get this a little higher so she can't get it. All right, so got my whiting in here. We're just gonna fillet him up real quick. He's pretty solid, been on ice in here. So a little ice left, so that's cool. Got a good sharp fillet knife here. So we're gonna try and avoid going into the gut cavity. I'm gonna try and get a fillet. I'm gonna start right behind the gill here and just above the gut cavity. You can feel where it's soft there. So I'm just gonna start right above there. And start making my little cut down. And you can feel where it's soft still. So like wherever it's soft, that's still meat. So that's how I'm going to make that first cut. Then I'm going to turn my knife and I'm going to go just a little tiny incision along the one side of the spine. And you know where the spine is because it's in line with this fin. So you can even make a little mark if that helps, so you can see where you're trying to cut. Just the very tip of the blade. That's why it's good to have a good sharp fillet knife. I try and go all the way down. So that's my first cut there. Now I'm going to do the same thing on both sides because it's easiest to do that when you still have some support there. So I'm going to go ahead and find it here. Make my first cut. If you need to, you can pull some scales off the blade. They will build up every now and then. Okay, so we'll finish out this side that we're on here. Go all the way down until you get to the spine. And then that's where it starts to get a little trickier. But you really just kind of want to pull back on the meat and work it back. You'll get down to the rib cage up here first as you go over the spine. And we, again, are going to try not to go into the rib cage. That's where all the guts are, and we don't need any of that. So I don't know if you can see that. There's still a little bit of meat left on the top of the rib cage there, but that's okay. Still got most of it. Okay. So that's one fillet off. Not bad. You can see all the way to the rib bones, to the spine bones, whatever, the bones there. That's what you want. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Well, we got most of that. That's good. You can see through most of that. There's just a little bit of meat around the gut sac. I really didn't want to puncture that. And then this whole guy is going to go get buried in the garden and help my potatoes grow. And those are going to get skinned. So let's skin those. Close to the edge helps, where you can get your whole blade flat. Get as close to the skin as possible. These guys don't have much blood, especially near the skin, so I'm not worried about leaving any meat on it. I want it to be pretty clean. So that came out pretty good. There's a little bit of blood near the skin, but that came out pretty nice. We'll look for any bones to trim. So that's that. Do this one. This one came out better, which is weird. It's usually the second one that comes out better. So I'm just cutting down a little bit to the skin, right in here. Using my fingernails to hold it in place. As I go along, I'm scooching forward with my fingernails, keeping a slight down angle so the blade stays close to the skin. Doing nice easy strokes to keep it going. And there we go. That one came out pretty good. That's real close. And no pin bones on this side. That's good. All of this can go in the garden. So now that I've got my fillets, and I've got the rest of the remains buried in the garden, I am gonna put the fillets in some milk, let them soak till it's time to cook, and we'll get back to you when we pull them out. Alright, so we're gonna fry these up in the cast iron skillet. We're gonna fry the fish and some of the shrimp. The secret to the shrimp is that I actually go to the grocery store to get my shrimp. I'm able to more consistently find fresh, dead, never frozen shrimp, although these were previously frozen because they didn't have any. But they were still really good looking. They actually worked, so that's fine. And then whatever I don't use for bait, I can cook for dinner. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna put some fish fry in here. This is just, I don't know, Louisiana fish fry. It's already starting to sound like it's at the right temperature. We'll start with the fish first. The shrimp cooks fast. It's been soaking in our milk here. Bread this up real good. Seems pretty good. We got the heat on medium here. That's doing stuff. We could maybe go a hair higher. See how that goes. Second piece of fish in. Now we'll get the shrimp. So after peeling, all these shrimp were rinsed and then dried a little bit. Just go for a peeling at a time. Bread them up real good. Give them those cracks and stuff. Pop these dudes in here. Got green beans going right here. Baked potatoes are going right over there. They just dinged. Alright, so this is the plate that I've ended up with here. My fried fish, shrimp, baked potato, green beans, sweet tea. So I'll give you the quick taste test. All right, so finally, my shrimp, which I'll be honest, I already tasted one of these, so I know they're pretty good. And my whiting. It's definitely pretty tasty. I'll be honest though, I'm kind of spoiled on the pan cooking with butter and either Everglades seasoning or Tony's. It's just such a simple and delicious way, but this is great. So there's nothing like fresh whiting right out of the surf. So thanks for tuning into this episode of Fishing Control. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm gonna get back to eating this delicious meal and we'll catch you on the next trip.